Welcome aboard the flight to Santo Antonio de Huiza. Today your captain is Bob Hamilton. God has provided good weather for your flight today. This morning you'll be traveling at 1,000 feet at 100 miles per hour. The surrounding towns and communities are a mix of Ticuna and Brazilian people. They have limited access to other areas of Brazil and the scriptures. The Bible has yet to be fully translated into the Ticuna language. Thankfully, there are Ticuna pastors who are growing in their knowledge of the Word and their love for God. There is still a lot of need for proper training of the Scriptures to enable these pastors to share the fullness of Jesus Christ to their indigenous brothers and sisters. One Ticuna pastor, Pastor Alisson, decided to pursue a higher education. He attended seminary in Manaus. The other pastors are still growing, and the people are able to learn about the gospel and get a glimpse of hope through their work. Interpreting from Portuguese to Ticuna during sermons has proven to be difficult. The interpreter becomes intrigued with the message and forgets the need to share it with the rest of the people. The thirst for knowing, being known, and seeing hope is real among these communities. The Hamiltons' outreach to these communities enables them to bring living water to the isolated and share in the joy of having a relationship with the Creator.
Cordeiro que na cruz por nós padeceu, seja bendito seu sangue que por nós pecadores verteu.
On Fridays, Bob flies two Ticuna Indian pastors to remote communities. Pastor Alisson to Bucaya and Pastor Diogo to Campo Alegre. When a pastor is dropped off on a Thursday or Friday, Bob returns on Monday to pick them up and fly them back to Betania. Betania is a town founded years ago by missionaries for the Ticuna Indians. On Tuesday mornings, Bob gets a church's boat out of a floating boathouse and drives about 10 minutes up the Amazon River to the Esau River. It's about 40 more minutes up the Esau River to the town of Betania. Bob and the other pastors then have a Bible class at 10 in the morning and again at 1 in the afternoon. Each month, Bob goes to Fonchiboa, a 1 hour and 45-minute trip downriver in the Petrel airplane. Pastor Nien lives in Fonchiboa and works at the electric company, but at heart he is a missionary pastor. From Fonchiboa they reach out to 6 other communities. Pastor Nien has been visiting some of these communities for 40 years. These Ticuna Indian pastors are able to minister to these people in their native language. Each month, Bob tries to get to Amatura, a community that has been without a pastor for 11 years. This is a 2-hour ride upriver in the church's boat when the river is not too clogged with grass and wood. He usually leaves on Saturday afternoon and returns on Monday morning. If possible, he takes another man to accompany him on these trips. While it can't always be used for every trip, the Petrel is a valuable asset to the Hamiltons and has allowed them to expand the reach of their ministry. Communities are now a short flight away when before the trips were hours or days in a boat. This gift that God has given the Hamiltons has assisted them with being more efficient in how they can help others and glorify Him. The Hamiltons are also very involved in local ministries in Santo Antonio. Karen is involved in many ministries involving food. She works hard behind the scenes, baking cakes and preparing foods for church events and outreaches. Another outreach Bob has is one-on-one discipleship. He meets other men throughout the week to talk through struggles, study God's Word, and help them grow in their faith. Karen helps encourage the young women to live a life pleasing to God. Bob is also involved in a youth group named Raiovaki, which is the Portuguese pronunciation of the battery company Rayovac, following the theme of getting charged up for Jesus. The youth group meets in the church every Wednesday evening at 7:30. The evening entails an opening session, a Bible review game, a Bible study, and fellowship time with a light meal. For the last few months, they've emphasized small groups for accountability, prayer, and mutual encouragement. Every Thursday, Bob and Karen host a group of older young people to have table games, songs, prayer time, Bible study, and a light meal. Karen helps prepare the food for both of these events. Karen and Carolee are involved with a group of teens that come over on Saturdays to help them learn how to cook and grow in fellowship. The Hamiltons have 6 children. The 3 oldest have blessed them with 11, soon to be 12, grandchildren. Sharon, their oldest, still lives on the island of Oahu with her husband, David, and their 5 children ages 3 to 16. David continues to pastor the Kukuilani Baptist Church in the town of Mililani and run his locksmith business. Carla still lives in Canyon Country, California, just north of Los Angeles, with her husband Joe and their 5 children ages 1 to 8. Joe is a security guard at Master's Seminary. Samuel is a missionary in Leticia, Colombia. Samuel, his wife Beatrice, and their 4-year-old son are about a 10-hour boat ride from Bob and Karen's home in Santo Antonio. Anna and her husband, Josie Clay, live in Santo Antonio. God has given them many ministries, and the Hamiltons enjoy the times they get to minister together. Jessica lives in Hampton, Tennessee, and attends East Tennessee State University, where she has had the opportunity to work with training horses, which has been her dream job for a long time. Christopher lives in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and is engaged to Brienne to be married in January. Bob and Karen feel very blessed to see that their children are living their lives for Christ. 3 John verse 4 becomes more precious to them each year. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. We are about to begin our descent into Santo Antonio. Please put your personal items away, return your seats back to their full upright position, and stow your tray table. It's been our pleasure to share this flight with you. I hope during our flight you also gained a glimpse of the other regular ministries that the Hamiltons are involved in.